Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Music Prosperity Breakthrough Q&A webinar. And today I'd like to answer any questions that you might have. We can do it either through chat or send me an email at questions@musicprosperitybreakthrough.com, and I'll be very happy to answer whatever questions that you might have. But first of all, there's a number of questions that have already been sent in, so let's look at them. And Alan says, I don't have that many people on my email list to make sending a newsletter worthwhile. How do I get people to subscribe? Well, first of all, you probably have some people on your list, and you probably can get more without even thinking too hard about it. First of all, it should be friends that you have and people that you do business with. I'm sure you have friends in the music business, friends that you probably play with, have played with, and all those people should go on your list. And you should send out an email to them, a newsletter to them, only to stay in touch with them, and also so they can see what you've been doing, what you're up to. Chances are that you've been writing, you've been playing with people, you've been working with people. So what you're going to put in the email is who you just worked with, who you're working with right now, and who you're about to work with. So those are the three things that you probably want to do just so people know that what you're up to. It's very effective. It doesn't matter how few people or how many people you have, this is the way to do it. So the first thing you should do is you should add those people in. And as far as how do you get more people to subscribe? Well, generally speaking, every time you meet somebody, you should add another person. You should add that person. If you get a business card, for instance, from them, add them to your mailing list. In terms of getting a lot of people, well, usually you have to offer somebody. There has to be an enticement to get them on your list to begin with. So, for instance, the classic way of doing things is to offer something for free. For instance, for me, it would be I'll give you an ebook or I'll give you a chapter to one of my books in exchange for your email address. And that's kind of the classic way of doing things where you give something for free. And it used to be that people would offer songs for free, but that doesn't really help anymore since, in fact, you can probably hear those songs on any number of streaming services. So you probably it doesn't work as much. So again, the classic way is providing something. And sometimes people just want to sign up just to follow you, just to know what you're doing. So even without doing anything, without offering anything, just by saying on your website, sign up for the mailing list so we can keep in touch, that's sometimes enough. So anyway, that's what that's a way to do things, and again, it's very effective in order to get people to subscribe. Generally speaking, you have to give something of value, though. It can't just be nothing. It has to be something of value. But again, when you meet people, put them on your mailing list, and believe me, if they don't want to be in your mailing list, they'll leave very soon. If they don't, it means that they're kind of interested. So don't feel bad if in fact you do get some attrition, because it's natural. What should it be? Well, 10-15% is pretty acceptable. So again, don't take it personally. It just means that what you have is not exactly what people are looking for at that moment. They may come back at some point in time. So anyway, Alan, I hope that answered your question. Let's get to another one here. Jen B says, we just released a video and it seems to be going okay at 3,000 views in the first week. What can we do to improve that, make it go viral? Yeah, 3,000 views is pretty good. Understand, though, that even if you have 1 million views, 1 million is just kind of getting in the game. Really, on a big scale, that's what it comes down to. So 3,000, hey, it's nothing to sneeze at. That's pretty good, but you really want to go for more, a lot more. How do you improve that, make it go viral? Well, believe me, if there was a formula to go viral, everybody would be doing it. What seemed to work yesterday doesn't work today. But generally speaking, what I've found is just the basics work better than anything. What are the basics? First of all, having a great title. Um, the title of your song, the title of your video, plus your name as the artist. And I'm assuming you're an artist, Jen. And let's see, we just released a video, so I assume you're in a band. So what'll happen is you'll add that. You'll basically have a really good title. Make sure that at the end you have the name of the band. That's really important. Then the next most important thing is to have a fairly detailed description, and this is where most people fall down. The description should basically describe everything about the video, starting with who's in it. You should mention every person that's featured in it, the director, the producer of your music. Mention everybody. And the reason why is people do searches for those people, and they'll come and find your video because it's named in the description. Their name is in the description. So name, if it's a music video, you can even put a synopsis of the script in it, just so people understand what's going on. You might want to put some things like how you conceptualized it, some background of how it was made. All those things work really well. Yes, it's a pain to do this, and it takes a lot of time to write that, but it's worth it because this is how you get more views very organically. Also, don't forget to have links in the description. So which would the links be? Well, definitely to your website. You might want to have social links as well. You might want to have links to other videos. You might want to put your YouTube channel link in there. And the reason why, if someone is embedding it, they don't know about the channel. So this will take them back to your channel. So that's important as well. And when you add a link, make sure it's the full link starting with HTTP. Because if you just put www.genb.com, that won't work. That won't actually give you a hyperlink. You have to put HTTP genb.com in order for it to work. HTTP : / in order to make it work. So just remember that. A third thing that you could do, and this is also effective, is the tags. Make sure that you've tagged it. So the tag would be the name of the band, for instance, the name of the artist, tag the name of the director, tag the mood of the song. That's very important. It's something people overlook because sometimes there are people that do a search for a sad song, a happy song, things like that. So you might want to try that as well. The tags are very effective if you do them well. So those are the three things right off if you want to improve the number of views on your video. Next one from, also from Gen B. Does putting your video on Facebook count as a view? Is that even a good strategy? Well, yes and no. Here's the way this works. If you're going to embed your video onto Facebook, so in other words, you're just taking the embed code and you're putting that on a Facebook post, or just a link to the video, putting that on Facebook post. Depending on how it's accessed, it could count as a view and it could not. Sometimes on a mobile device, it won't count. And other times on a desktop, it will count. So that's something you have to look out for. That being said, what I would do is not embed it, not do any of the typical things with YouTube links on Facebook. Upload it directly to Facebook. And the reason why is Facebook now is going after YouTube in a big way, and it really loves when you upload video. And because of that, it will make your video much more widely available than if you just put a YouTube link up. So that would be the thing I would do. It's not going to count towards a video link, towards a link on YouTube. But the fact of the matter is, the view doesn't matter as much as the people that are viewing it. So you really want people, you want exposure. It doesn't matter how you get it. It doesn't matter where you get it. It all accumulates. And again, the numbers don't matter. Really, when you hit 1 million, people start to take notice. Anything less than that, they won't take notice so much. So really, again, what you're trying to do is get your video out there, your name out there, your music out there to as many people as possible, and that's one way to do it. Okay, let's see. Next one from Herman. Another Facebook post. My band wants to buy a block of Facebook likes, but I'm against it because I think we'll be found out. Who's right here, me or them? It's very tempting to buy Facebook likes, to buy views, to buy Twitter followers, all those things, and they're fairly inexpensive. I would not do it, and the reason why is it's very easy to find out. I guess the first question you have to ask yourself is why? Why do you want to do this? To what end? Is it so you look good by having a lot of likes, by having a lot of views, a lot of followers? Yeah, it does look better, but to who? And again, to what end? If you're trying to get a label, for instance, or an agent or a manager or a venue to be more impressed, that won't necessarily work because everybody's hip to buying likes and views and followers and how to do it. And it's very easy to find out if someone's doing that. So anybody that's suspicious in the least can find out with no problem at all if you bought these views, links, whatever. So what I would say is get them the old-fashioned way, one by one, and you're going to be better off. Yes, again, having a bunch of Facebook likes does look a lot better. But again, to what end? Really, what you're trying to do is get your music out there. You're trying to get yourself out there. And by doing it that way, you're not really getting it out there, because really what you have are a few people in a boiler room in Mexico City or in Thailand or something that are pounding these things out under false names. So you're not really getting what you're looking for, and what you're looking for is exposure. So no, don't do it. Next question. Again from Herman. Is the logo absolutely necessary for a band's brand? Where do I go to get one designed? Boy, it really helps if you have one. There's so many logos of big bands. I mean, look at the Rolling Stones, look at Aerosmith, just two that come off the top of my head, the Beatles. It's something that is important. Is it imperative? No. Is it necessary? No. Many bands go through album after album before they actually stumble upon a logo that kind of works for them. So it does take a while. If you do have a logo, though, it's great. It's kind of an instant brand. So if you happen to come up with something, great, go for it. And if you didn't, well, I wouldn't worry about it. Second half of your question, where do I go to get one designed? Well, if you don't know of any designers that could do it, one place is Fiverr. Fiverr works great. FIVVER.com. And for $5 you can get just about anything done. You'd be surprised at the quality of work that can be done on there. Another place is Elance. It's like ELANCE, elance.com. And that's more expensive, but you do get a higher quality of person there, a higher quality of designer, higher quality of programmer, of whatever. And again, for not a lot of money, you can get someone that will crank something out fairly good. Now, again, is it worth it? I'd say, unless you have some albums out already, probably not. And the reason why is if you get a logo too early, it, you may evolve as a band, as an artist, and that logo may not work for you down the line. So sometimes it's better to wait a little bit before you actually incorporate a logo, unless it's dynamite. If there's something that's dynamite that you can use on t-shirts and things like that, then I would go for it right away. Okay, next question. Oh, no more questions. So now let's go to a live Q&A, and just in the chat window there, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer anything. So I see Dennis is on with me here. There's not too many people on this time, which is okay. A lot of times people will just send in their questions and then they'll listen to the replay, and that's good as well. And don't forget, you'll find the replay on the Q&A section of the dashboard of Music Prosperity Breakthrough on the platform. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm really happy to help. In the meantime, let me just try something here that I haven't done before. And well, let me do this here. Okay, so I don't know if you're seeing this. I hope you are. Anyway, if you're on this call here, or if you're watching the replay, I'm going to give you a special deal for my 101 Mixing Tricks course as well. And that's $50 off. Use the coupon code LISTSUB, and that will give you $50 off because you've already subscribed to one of my courses. And you probably like the second one. You can go to 101mixingtricks.com to find out more. And I can answer any questions about that as well. So the offer is only good until the end of the day, but again, just use the coupon code LISTSUB. All right. Dennis says, really liking the program, chipping away at the parts. Yeah, there's a lot there, and you'll find, you go back and refer to it over and over when different things come up for you. It's a lot to take in at just a few sittings, and that's okay. You can't expect to. So take what you can and use what you can, and just remember it's there for when you need it. Any questions? I'm very happy to answer anything that you might have. And in the meantime, thank you for being here. And once again, you can find a replay on the Q&A section of the dashboard of Music Prosperity Breakthrough. We'll have another one next month. Oh, wait, here's one from Dennis here. Dennis says, I watched a good bit of your lynda.com programs, learned a lot of mixing and recording setup. Well, thanks, Dennis. There was a lot of time and effort that went into those, so I'm really pleased that you got something out of it, because we worked really hard on them. But I'm pretty proud of those courses. I think they're pretty cool, and I'm glad that you liked it as well. So anyway, I will see you next time, and we'll do it again next month. Once again, I will send out a notice, an email notice, a couple days in advance, and get you prepared for it. But in the meantime, send any of your questions in to questions@musicprosperitybreakthrough.com or questions@bobbyowsinski.com. They'll get to me either way. I'm happy to answer them, or you can just leave a comment if you want under any of the videos, and I'm happy to answer any question that you might have on anything. If it's audio related, that's cool, or mixing related or something. But this music business, happy to do that as well. So once again, thank you for listening. Thanks for being here. And I'm going to see you soon.